My name is Alvarez. I work for the Global Forest Coalition based in Colombia. The Global Forest Coalition is a coalition of NGOs, Indigenous peoples organizations and social movements, working on defending local peoples and Indigenous peoples' rights in international forest policies.
What is your biggest problem?
Our biggest problem? Well, the biggest problem is about how international forest policies are sometimes harming Indigenous peoples and local communities' rights, and they are destroying livelihoods. So at the international level, they are negotiating different treaties and agreements, and they disregard what are the real needs and concerns of people on the ground. So what we do is try and bring the work that many of the NGOs, member groups that we have do on the ground, and bring it up to the international arena so that they can see that some of their policies are not as good as they would think they are.
And what is your main action that you would do?
At the COP,
Yeah.
the main action,
So the main action you do in the forests, if you could be the queen and choose what exactly, and everyone had to do what you said, what would you say to stop?
our organization is very much involved on bringing community conservation into the international arena, so that traditional knowledge and Indigenous peoples and local communities' ways of life are recognized, their rights are recognized, the rights to land, and that most policymakers can realize that their solutions are many times false solutions in the case of climate change and carbon markets, for example, and that they harm people and that they are actually not that good for the environment. That community conservation has proven to be way more successful. For many million years, communities have been actually managing their natural resources in a sustainable way. So we don't need to come up now with all these very complicated policies based on speculative markets that trade away our forests and our biodiversity and treat them as commodities.
And if you had a choice, would you say no more forests being cut down? Would you stop forests being cut down?
No deforestation. Well, that's actually one of the commitments that all governments made back in the Sustainable Development Goals. There is a target to stop deforestation by
And
2020. It's not starting yet, but I honestly don't think they're going to make it if they still continue to use the strategies they are using at the moment. So there has been a lot of talk about zero deforestation, but the practices are showing that deforestation is actually growing. So there is something that actually needs to change, starting from the way we consume as society and the way that everybody sees themselves as their own consumer and their own agent of change for zero deforestation to happen.
You've got some pigs there. What have your pigs got to do?
So we're sharing the booth with another organization that's called Brighter Green, and we at the Global Forest Coalition also have a campaign on livestock. So this is to show people how livestock is actually one of the biggest emitters of CO2 and how we are also part of that problematic. And and also the issues with animal welfare, deforestation, emissions, and how the policies are completely disregarding this big, huge issue. And actually here at the COP, nobody's talking about that.